It's simply called What You Got. Trey is going to present us with two similar topics from the NBA world, and we'll determine the better choice. The catch, of course, there's only one right answer, and that's whatever TK thinks it is. Trey, first one.
First one, Paul Millsap is the hottest name on the trade market. Millsap, so hot right now. But where would he fit best? Since ESPN's Brian Windhorst reported the Hawks almost traded him to the Nuggets and Raptors over the summer. Let's start there. What's the better Millsap destination, Denver or Toronto? What you got?
I think it's Denver, and I think that would work out best for both Denver and Atlanta. Denver, you're a mid-market team. You can't just go get a big-name free agent. It's very, very difficult to do that. So you've got this cupboard full of assets. Overpay a little bit for a star you could get in the trade market. You got to do that. And as far as Atlanta goes, if a team is going to overpay, that's going to work out better for you as well. So I think that is the best match.
Couldn't you say the exact same thing about the Raptors? I mean, they're not known to be signing free agents left and right year after year.
You don't think that they have a better access to better name players?
Well, I'm saying your reasoning for the Nuggets, and it makes sense. You're right. Is a big name, a star player, an all-star, three-time all-star, and Paul Millsap comes up, and yeah, you're taking the risk of whether or not you could sign him and keep him there. But same thing goes for the Raptors.
I think Denver
they're signing star after star year after year.
I think Denver has a lot more assets to trade, and the Raptors.
Okay, that's fair.
The Raptors don't have to scrape the cupboard for a guy in Paul Millsap, because Paul Millsap isn't going to put them over the top. If you're going to scrape the cupboard, if you're the Toronto Raptors, and trade all the assets you got in Terrence Ross or Norman Powell, you go get a center that can move, because the Cavs spread them out each time they play. The Cavs are their Achilles heel. That is the team they have to beat. And it's the center who can't move defensively that's killing them. Paul Millsap isn't that guy. He is a star, a very, very good star. And the 4 is the spot that we all think the Raptors need to improve. But I don't think it really gets them over top of the Cavs. We've seen Paul Millsap work it with Al Horford and the Atlanta Hawks. They can't beat the Cavs. We've seen in the playoffs year after year. They need a center who can move.
Yeah, but Millsap improves the team, and they're a title chance in the Eastern Conference if they can get past the Cavs. Now, no one can get past the Cavs. We've seen any team LeBron's on is tough to get past. He goes to Denver, they might not even make the playoffs, and they probably won't make the playoffs next season if they have to sacrifice some of their young assets. Millsap going to the Raptors improves that team, replaces a need they have at the 4, improves their number 4 spot there, and he may stay if he feels this team can push the Cavs in the next couple of years. You just never know.
I don't think they can pay them max. I don't think the Raps pay them the max.
No, but
Nuggets would.
I don't know if the Nuggets would either, because I don't think he fits their growth spurt right now with all their young guys. The Jokic, Manuel Mudiay, Jamal Murray. Those guys are young. They've got still a few years until they hit their prime. Right now, Millsap's 32. He's going
to me, I think the Raps makes more sense because they need to fill that position. But it does come down. I agree with you. What would they be giving up? Because you got a guy that you wouldn't be guaranteed you'd be signing. So if you're getting Paul Millsap sort of as a little rental, if it doesn't cost you a lot, and what I'm talking about when I say that is, okay, maybe it's like a Patterson and a Ross type of deal, and then a pick, which is going to be pretty high in the first round. That's not a whole lot for a 3-time All-Star to help your chances, at least, of getting by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Help. Not guarantee you, but...
Yeah, from the Hawks' perspective, I think Denver will give you more. They've collected a ton of guys that are sort of B-level players.
Yeah.
You know, your Wilson Chandlers, maybe a young player in Will Barton. I think if you're the Hawks, you look at the Nuggets.
What do you think, Trey? What's the correct answer?
Well, I think it's the Raptors. I don't know why the Hawks would want to help the Raptors, but I think Millsap's closer to a title there. And Toronto's a great city to live in, as you guys well know.